we are live. What's going on, everybody? Coach Chris Beck, the wise guy on YouTube. It is midnight, and I am officially only 5 minutes past my estimated start time. Today, we are going to discuss more on the topic of online arbitrage, and I'm going to hit you with more information that will help you grow your online presence when it comes to sourcing products online and not having to go anywhere. Very basic, very functional stuff. It's easy to expand your online abilities once you have a foundation, once you learn. And I mean, it's not rocket science. We're not talking about rocket science. We're talking about what websites we would source from and how we would find our products. For me, because online arbitrage is one of the slower ways to source inventory, or it can be. It can also be one of the fastest ways to source inventory. But in the very beginning, when you're learning to find products and find stores that you want to deal with, that's the slow start. And then it can be, it can actually be the best way to get your inventory, because you can generally get a lot of it at one time. You don't have to drive store to store like you would when you're doing retail arbitrage or anything like that. So it has its pros and its cons. We won't talk about that right now. What we're learning right now, what I'm teaching you guys right now, is exactly how to get started with your online business. So if you haven't yet, I'm going to flip the page here. If you haven't yet, make sure you go watch my video, The Best Stores for Retail Arbitrage in Canada. Should be right on the screen here for you guys. Just do a search for The Best Stores for Retail Arbitrage in Canada, or go onto my YouTube channel and do a search for that video. In this video, I talk about my favorite stores to do retail arbitrage with. Dollarama, Walmart, Dollar Tree, London Drugs, Home Depot, Shoppers Drug Mart, Real Canadian Superstore, Winners, Staples, Marshalls, Ross, TJ Maxx, Home Depot. Those are my go-to stores, and of course I have a lot more than that. Some of you know other stores that I do my sourcing at. You've seen my videos that are not even in there that I put a lot of money into sourcing revenue from. But if you watch this video, it'll give you a sense of what stores have good merchandise, have clearance products, have products that are in demand or trending. So you can then translate that to the online arbitrage game. For example, London Drugs have a great online store, and sourcing inventory from there can be awesome. Obviously, the same goes with places like Walmart. Same goes with places like Staples. These stores are very good. Winners, not so much. They don't really have all that great of an online arbitrage, because the type of store it is a limited store. It doesn't have high quantities of products. It has too many SKUs. Shoppers Drug Mart, you could check that. Ross and TJ Maxx and Marshalls are all part of the Winners group. Home Depot, obviously. Dollarama, I do online arbitrage there as well. So watch that video. It'll give you a basis on stores. I go over each one and talk about them a little bit. It's 24 minutes long, so check that out. And then just quickly, if you guys are new, make sure you subscribe to this video and hit that notification bell, because I go live a couple times a day. Up to a couple times a day, sometimes at midnight like you are now, and as well as obviously now I have my lunchtime one where you can talk with me, ask me any questions that you want. We'll walk and talk, Amazon FBA, where your comments are the content, of course. So it's been great. But join the course is $297. It's on sale. It's extremely great value, and it'll help you do nothing but earn more money than you're earning right now. Make sure you jump on Amazon Selling Hustle's Facebook group, and make sure you jump on. You can search Coach Chris Becht on Google or Coach Chris Becht's Amazon Selling Hustle. You'll see that there is a Facebook group. You can jump on that. You can join those pages and just dive in and learn how to do this. All right, let's jump right into this video here for you guys. So first off, today's video is about building your mall. Yesterday's, or not yesterday's video, but the first video that I did this week on online arbitrage was the 6 fundamentals of online arbitrage. I used the acronym STRIKE. Sourcing, scanning, stores would be your first one. Then your second one would be T, and then RIKE. I'm gonna go to this right here. Okay, give me a sec. Sorry about that. I was just writing something down. So you got sourcing, and then you got, pull it up here. It's been a long night. I'm drawing a blank right now. Here we go. So jump onto here. I'll just pause this quickly. Of course, there's a commercial.
Hey, look at your future Amazon.
I wrote it down. Is this the one? No, this is not the one. There we go. So this is the video right here that you want to check out. I'll just go back and zoom into it. Launch this video right here. Strike system. 6 simple steps to online arbitrage. It's an hour long. It'll teach you everything you need to know about the basics of doing online arbitrage. Stores, sourcing, and scanning. T stands for top rank. Checking Amazon for the rank of the product. Reviews is R. I is inventory check and competition check. The 999 trick. Keepa is K, and then earnings, you know, knowing what your earnings are. It's very simple stuff. Obviously, there are advanced ways of getting all this information that are very useful. Tools that you could buy to make that a lot quicker than doing it almost manually or very basic in that you would do it yourself and figure those things out. And so I teach all that in that video. Okay, and then so in today's video, we're going to build our mall, and that's the profit calculator. We're going to build our mall. So we're going to talk about how do we build our mall. And the reason that we want to build our mall is it's going to make it a lot quicker for you. You always want to always document what you're doing on Amazon, whether it's the products that you buy, the cost of the products that you're spending, the date you bought them, the profit that you're earning, all that type of stuff. I give you that sheet right here. And I'm storing this document, will be stored in the description of this video. So if you want it, you can use it. You can copy it. You can keep it. Okay, again, it's just the basic stuff that you would track. The store, the product. The ASIN is a good thing to track, which is the unique SKU that is associated with that particular product. The price, the item price, the referral fees and stuff like that are more information that would help you figure out your profits, your cost. Storage fees can be figured out, monthly storage fees, and then your profit. And then obviously if you want to know what your net margin is, because it's always important to be able to know what your net margin is, you can figure that out as well. Okay, same thing goes with the mall. You need to build your categories. So first you want to know what categories do I want to sell in. You know, what categories do I want to source my inventory from? For me, you know, For you, what categories you want to source from are going to be dependent on what categories you're allowed to sell in, because you're not every seller is allowed to sell in every category, and not every seller is allowed to sell every brand. as most people are aware. So the first thing you want to do is figure out what categories can you sell in. Okay, the way you can figure that out is by going onto your Seller Central account, and under where it says add product, you can just type in the name of the product that you're interested in selling, and it'll let you know if you're restricted or if you're allowed to sell that. Okay, so very simple to do. I can even show you, I'll show you a screenshot in a second. Okay, I'll pull up my Amazon account. But another way to do it is to go on to Amazon. And this is a simple way to do it. Again, you'll have to verify if you're eligible to sell the product. But you can scan products around your home once you've downloaded the Seller Central app. If you have packages of products in your home with old boxes, you know, kitchen appliances, books, obviously everybody can sell in the book category. But if you have some old toy boxes and you want to scan the different boxes there, you can scan those. Your Seller Central app will have the scanning device tool. Okay, or it'll have the add product menu. See if you can see that. Add product menu. Okay, and then you just want to type into there the name of the product that you're interested in selling. For me, let's just say Lego, because I know I'm restricted in Lego. You type in Lego, pick one of the products that pop up, and it'll say there'll be a banner that will say requires approval, or it'll say you're selling eligibility when you click into it, and it'll tell you if you're eligible or not eligible. Best way to do it again is to go online onto your Seller Central and search via there. Okay, or go into stores and start to do a retail arbitrage in stores and scan products via there. And then the third way to do it is to go onto Amazon's site. Okay, so let's go onto Amazon's site, and I like this way as well. You can go into the 3 dashes at the top left corner, and this is all the categories on Amazon, the main categories. All right, go back a little bit. Sorry. 3 dashes. I want to go here. I want to make sure I'm in the right one. Yeah, so there we go. So these are the main categories: books, video games, music, electronics, computer and office, home and garden, pets, tools and tools, grocery, health and beauty, etc., toys, clothing, sports and outdoors. So there's a lot of categories that you will be able to sell. If a lot of people are already eligible to sell, often in pet, sporting goods, home, garden, electronics. It depends on the items. Books, you're eligible to sell in. Toys, baby, and those types of products you need to get approved. Handmade, you need to get approved. Clothing depends. Jewelry and shoes, you need to generally get approved for most of the brands. Automotive and industrial is often. Automotive is automatically approved, I want to say. So, again, you need to check those categories and see if you can get approved. Now, a way to do it is, again, download the Seller Central app into your phone so that you can use the scanning device. Go into one of the categories. Let's go into toys. So we'll go to toys and whatever, action figures. Okay. And we'll take a brand, any brand. Let's go with Star Wars, this Star Wars character right here. I'm going to zoom into him. And I'm going to pull up my Seller Central account, and I'm going to turn on my scanner. Okay, it's got the scanner up now, the little dots, and I'm going to aim it at the image. Amazon's going to scan that image, and it's going to pull up that particular product. I'll screen share this. Okay. Send that to the computer. AirDrop. No people are found. I might not have my thing on. Do I have it on? Turn Wi-Fi off, turn it on. AirDrop. Let's go on here. Sorry for the interruption. Turn airdrop on. Turn on Bluetooth. There we go. And now it finds it. So when I scan that particular image, should come up. Let's go over here. Downloads. Here's the airdrop. All right. Okay. Where did you go? Does it drop it on my main screen here? Or does it just go into my downloads? There. I don't even have my comments on because I know I'm inept when it comes to this stuff. Downloads, none of that. This is a long time ago. This is a long time ago. Where do you drop your airdrop stuff? Born. Let's try it one more time. So airdrop. And there it is. I don't know why it took so long to come on. Yeah, so anyway, that's what shows up when I scan that image. I get a selection of products. So again, if you're just trying to figure out what am I eligible to sell, a lot of people know what they're eligible to sell. But if you're new, this is focused on the new people. You can use this tool that you downloaded. You can scan the images right off your computer, and it'll pull up the different products, and then you just want to search for a product that's similar to the image that you scanned, which I see the Mandalorian by Funko is 1909, 4,000 rank, and it says I'm eligible, but for you, you might not be eligible. So you then have to apply for that category, and there are requirements for you to get in there. We won't get into that stuff. There's lots of videos available on that. Okay, so now let's say that you've determined all the categories that you're going to sell in. Okay, so you go back to your list. I put some categories here. So I put toys, personal care, baby, pet, and sporting goods. The next thing you want to determine is what brands do you want to sell. The reason I want you to determine what brands you want to sell, or I want you to get acquainted with brands, is because I want you to get acquainted with what brands are really, really high demand. And a lot of times, if you can figure out what brands are in high demand, even if you're sourcing a brand that has a very high rank, in the 50 plus thousand, 100 plus thousand, that brand may still be popular, but it might be rare, or there might be a reason why it's high ranked. But if the brand has power, the deeper the rank has popularity. So by figuring out brands, very simple to do. You just go to, here's where we're going to go to bestsellers. So we're going to go to our category. We'll take baby, for example. Okay, I'll do baby first. Kids, toys, baby. Okay, I want to go right into the baby category, all baby. I'm going to click all baby. Okay, and then what it's going to bring up is going to bring up the baby store, but I want to go into the bestsellers category rank right there. I want to click that, and I'm going to have now access to the top, I believe, 100, maybe even as high as 500 bestsellers in baby. So now I can write down these different brands and see if I can get them online for deep discounts. Now, some of these brands you may or may not be able to source for really cheap. But again, getting familiar with the different brands in baby are going to help you when you're sourcing inventory for for yourself online. Okay, so we see that Pampers is a good brand. So I would come back to here, come back to my baby category, put in Pampers. Okay, what else is another brand that's popular? Huggies, Genie Playtex brand. The Playtex brand is good, so I'm going to put in Playtex. I'm going to put in Huggies. Now, diapers themselves, whatever, I'm just using these as examples of brands, but I like to look at products like functional, useful utensils and stuff like that, toys and utensils and what have you. So let's go to 6. Okay, so number 10. So we can go through this whole list. Good Night's another brand there. Swimmers, Huggies, Pampers, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. So we have Live Clean. I like to sell personal care items, shampoos, conditioners, soaps. Usually I can score good products in that category that actually have a really good resale price. Like this one's selling for $8.98, but I've seen some particular ones that get as high as $20 where you could source it for $3 or $4 and resell it on Amazon for $20, and a lot of people are eligible. Okay, so we'll write down Jolly Jumper. There's a good brand for baby. Once you go through this list, you're going to be probably, especially if you have kids, you're going to be familiar with the brand. Okay. Keep going. So we'll collect a few at a time here now. Scanning with my eyes, see this is Mountaintop, so that's something we could look at. Newbie is a brand. Munchkin, so we'll write down Newbie and Munchkin. These are all good brands. I've seen these products all around. Okay, and again, this is the second step, the second part of the strike system on creating your mall. Creating your mall, creating your products that you want to target and source. Munchkin, we got Halo. We have Colgate, that's a good brand. For kids, when it comes to toothpastes and products of that nature, it's good to look at those brands. Colgate. Jolly Jumper again. The more times you see a brand in the top 100, the better. Munchkin again, so we know that brand. Obviously, Huggies is good. Dr. Brown's, I haven't heard of that before, but it's in the top 50. So, Aveeno, there's another good brand. Got Live Clean again. Usually the first name, the first couple words in the listing title is the brand of the product. We got Mama Bear, Baby Wipes, Aveeno. I seen Aveeno again. We're going to put Aveeno down. We're going to look at Aveeno products. Okay. Because you may be able to find a Google search on Aveeno clearance items and all of a sudden find a rack full of clearance items somewhere that you might be able to source for cheap. And it's reselling on here. We got, now what we can do, and I filled it up with a lot of the main brands, but we can come to baby, then we can go to some of the subtitles. So we can go to like, baby, let's go for baby. Chris said baby gifts are good, and baby potty training is great. So let's look at the brands under potty training. So obviously the diapers are all of them. We got Fisher Price, there's a brand. Right, so we're kind of full, but we'll go and just look at a couple more. We have this brand, our Fisher Price product, Munchkin, potty training. We have Disney, Fisher Price again. First Years is a good brand, the First Years. So we'll put on the First Years. We'll throw that over at Aveeno. The First Years. There we go. So now we have our brands built for baby, and we want to do the same for all the categories that we want to start sourcing in. And if you have 10, you have 10. You just want to get familiar with the different brands. And you can continue to go through this whole list and familiarize yourself with all the different products. Look at the price point, because you want to see price points that are obviously over $20, because that's the price point you want to hit when you're reselling. Unless you can source the product for $1 or less, then you can drop down to like 15 or 12. But if you're looking, if you're sourcing the product for $3, $4, $5, you want to be able to resell it for $18 to $25 or more. Okay, so I usually like to stare at products that are $18, $20 or more, like something like that. Disposable toilet seat covers. I want to write these types of products down and start to prepare myself and build my list for my online searches. Okay, so again, you would build the rest of your categories and brands. Okay, and once you've done that, now you're going to look at retailers. First, you're going to look at online retailers, the popular stores we just spoke about. So the Walmarts, the Dollarama, Canadian Tire. I even threw Factory Direct if you guys are in Ontario area. Okay, and you want a store out there. Okay, they have an online presence. We can put London Drugs. We can put in Shoppers Drug Store. Or I think it's called Drugs Mart. We can put in Staples. Okay, so we can start building our retailers that we want to go and check out. We can put in Home Depot. Although we didn't put anything really from Home Depot, the only thing I could get that is on my list is actually nothing. So it's not really a good place to go for me based on my list. Sporting good, pet, baby, personal care. None of those would help. But Staples, would Staples help for any of this stuff? Staples actually has some toys in there. They have, as seen on TV products, they have some interesting selection of stuff. So they have, or you might go to Staples online and discover that there are some categories like office supplies that you're eligible to sell in. So you might add that to your list. Okay. So now, once you have your retailers built, what you want to do is you want to go to each of these stores and you want to find their clearance sections and create links to their clearance sections. Again, what we're doing right now is we're building our mall. Okay, so here I would go, okay, let's go to Walmart. So I go to Walmart's website and I'm looking for their clearance, anything that says clearance on their main page. Like you get 50% off and then there you go, you got clearance right here. So that's a direct link to their clearance site. That's one way to do it. You could even direct link to the categories that you have on your list. So you might go, okay, I want a direct link to clearance and toys. And there it is. Copy that link right there. Go back to your mall and add it in. So I've added it in already. With Google Docs, the way you add it in is you just click on a spot. You click on this little link right to the right. It says insert link. You click that and you paste the link there and then you give it a title. You can call it like toys clearance. There you go. And then it'll show up with a clear link. It won't be a big long domain name. Okay, and I've done that for obviously a couple there. I put in the baby one. I put in the toys one. I might want to find... And the thing with Walmart, not every website has a clearance section for every category. So keep that in mind. Even at Walmart, I might go into one of the categories I wanted to go and sell was pet. Let's see if pet has a clearance. It might, but not everyone does. Okay, so now I'm in pet. I'm looking at the left. I don't see anything clearance related here. I don't see anything clearance here. There is the word clearance right here, so there is clearance that showed up. And that is because we are in clearance. I remember I did go to the main page and click all the clearance. So these are all the clearance links for all the categories that I want to sell in. So clearance for sporting goods right there, clearance for personal care right here. So that primary link, I want that link. I'm going to copy that link, put it into my mall. Okay, so I might even just delete these two and just go with the main link, all clearance. Okay, all clearance. There we go. So now I got an all clearance link. I can go straight to that all clearance link and I can start to do my sourcing right away. Okay, next I can go to Dollarama. I can do the same thing. Now the thing at Dollarama is they don't have clearance sections. So there, if I go to Dollarama, I would just put in the categories that I want to sell in, that match what I want to sell in. And you could check everything again. You could go, okay, well, I want to see what they have and I want to source everything and I want to look at their toys and their electronics. I want to see what they have that actually does sell on Amazon. So you might do it a different way there, okay, for that particular store. So now, you know, Factory Direct, it's another one. London Drugs, you go to London Drugs quickly. Click on London Drugs. Always click their ads so they have to pay for you to come into their store. And the same thing, you could go and check out their categories and see, do they have a clearance section? If I go into beauty, cameras, ooh, cameras. I know a lot of people aren't allowed in cameras. There we go. Here's their clearance section. We'll block that. I don't want that. And here's a direct link to all of their clearance products. So I want to take that for London Drugs, copy that, go back to my store, find London Drugs, insert a link, and go paste it, and then go all clearance. There we go. So as I'm building that, now I'm building the clearance areas for all the products that I'm looking for. Okay. Now, those are the retailers. The next one you want to do is you want to look at wholesalers. Okay. So now you want to start to create links for wholesalers and distributors. Okay. So for wholesalers, it's going to be like places like sourcing direct from China, sourcing direct from wholesale companies. A lot of times when you Google wholesalers, you end up finding distributors, and you know it's kind of the same thing, one and the other. So that's kind of why I put the two categories together. You got wholesalers on the left and distributors on the right. Wholesalers could just be factories in China, or you could even call it factories in China. If you want to have that kind of list, you might want to create generic listings for products that you just want to buy wholesale of 50 units of. Create a listing yourself, send it to Amazon. That's a great way to do your online arbitrage. It's a way a lot of people do their online arbitrage is they'll go to a place like, and I talk about it a lot. If you're restricted in a lot of categories, go to DHgate, look for some inventory in the category that you're restricted in. Source some inventory, source 10 units, because with DHgate or AliExpress, those are sites where the prices are a little bit higher. They're still wholesale prices, but they're not wholesale volume prices. Okay, so you're not going to get Alibaba type pricing on here if you're buying 500 units. But if you're buying 10 or 1, you're going to get prices accordingly. You're going to pay a little shipping and handling. So you might say, okay, I want to sell some, I can't sell Sesame Street. You know, maybe you could. Maybe you want to source some of these brands. You got to verify that they're authentic. You don't want to buy, you do not want to buy from factories that are selling counterfeit products, so stay away from that stuff. Jungle Scout has a feature where they can give you a list. They have a feature whereby they have a list of companies you can source your products from. They'll tell you the name of the distributor or the wholesaler, and that are verified by Amazon. So it's a very useful way to find out what companies in China are authorized wholesalers of the products that you want to source to sell on Amazon. Again, that might not be the best way to do it too. Again, you have to run the invoice by Amazon and get approved that way first. Okay, but let's take this generic little mini camera right here, sponsored on the right. Okay, it's we can get 50 pieces for $10 each. Okay, or we can probably even buy less. Wonder if you can get less than 50. Let's see if we can get 10. Nope. Minimum is 50 pieces. Okay, so we'll skip that. We want 10 pieces. We don't want to spend a lot of money. We want to spend $2 right here. We want this generic character under toys. These little bunnies, plush bunnies, 25 centimeter tall plush bunny rabbits. They're $6.65 if you're buying 10 pieces or more. Okay, so now with these plush toys, what you're going to do is you're going to order 10. You're going to get an invoice from DHgate. Then you're going to use that invoice to go and order those products on Amazon. Worst case scenario, if you don't get approved, it's not a big loss. It's $10 times $6.65, so $65. And it is probably a few bucks shipping to get these items to you. Free shipping, in fact. Free shipping to the United States. To Canada might not be that expensive. Okay? But now what you would do is you would create a listing under toys. You would apply to get ungated with this category, providing them the invoice for that particular product. And then you would go from there. But these are wholesale options that you can get them. You can set yourself up with. But we want to look into distributors. This will be a little bit more advanced. We want to look at distributors because you can get approved with your distributors as well. Okay, and distributors would be a great way to find out who is the distributor in, if you're in Canada, who is the distributor for Lego, or who is the distributor for Big Mouth, or who is the distributor for Mattel. I put some brands here that people are familiar with. Who is the distributor for Hasbro? Okay. So then you would go to Google, and I've put some common ones that people will set their companies up with to be able to purchase from the distributors or from these wholesalers. Okay, but you can go to Google and you can type in distributor for Hasbro toys in Canada. Okay, and it'll bring up a list. Skip the ads, go down to the ones that don't have ads, the top ones that don't have ads. Everest Wholesale is one of the big ones. Okay, so you can click into Everest Wholesale. Empire Discount is a decent one. Okay, this is Everest site. You have to, in order to, you'll know it's a legitimate wholesaler when they don't show you their prices without your first being approved as a wholesale client. You would have to sign up, provide an application, a basic application with the name of your business or your name, if your name is under your business, your name, your address. If you want credit, most people don't. They'll just mark that they'll pay for their orders at the time of purchase. And then just, you'll need a business number or a GST number. Go set yourself up with that. Once you're set up with that, you can set up with these manufacturers. It's really easy to get approved. Most of them, if not all of them, will take you as a client. It's just a matter of that's their process. But now you have access to a lot of these brands that they are the distributors for locally in Canada. So as the distributor for Nerf or for Hasbro, now you can source products from them. You can buy the 10 products that Amazon require, and you can send the invoice. You may need to take 8 images, every side plus the product out of its box, both sides. Amazon may require that. Okay, they may ask for that for proof, but that's how you do it. Okay, that's a great way to set yourself up a distributor, and then you'll also get, a lot of the distributors, they're very functional when it comes to helping. And again, it's important for you to learn these things and go through the process. They'll also teach you what's in season. So they sell often based on the season that's coming up. So Christmas is coming up. They're going to actually give you deadlines. These products are available to order before the end of August or before August 1st. You can buy these products. After August 1st, they're no longer available. They end their products seasonally or month to month. Or, so there's a lot of ways. And then, their websites are usually set up really well. Creative Toys, Adult Games, Everest Exclusive. So they have exclusive on Crazy Forts. Okay, and then other toys like Blades, Hasbro, Jazzwares, Mattel. So a lot of great brands. Tommy, Toysmith, a lot of good brands on here. Squishmallows, my kids love Squishmallows. They probably have like 10. They're stuffies. We actually don't sell them online, but we should probably start. But there's they have their wholesale for Squishmallows. Ooh, I like that. Those little Squishmallows in a canister. That might sell. Ooh. Okay, so there's that option. There's just a lot of good brands, but there's multiple. So again, you would pick your brand. We could pick another brand like, what was another good one on there? Tommy, Mattel. There we go. So we can go wholesaler or distributor for Mattel Toys Canada. Mattel, there's Everest again. We got Mattel Partners. So Mattel actually give you their partners. So they work with these 4 companies that I guess these are, some of these might not be in Canada. This is in the United States. Retailers located in the United States interested in carrying Mattel products. So those aren't in Canada. We're looking for the Canadian distributor for Mattel. So we have manufacturers, BBCW, which is, I want to say that was on that list in the States. Service for Mattel, Mattel.com. Toy Sense. Toy Sense is another brand that I put on here. Toy Sense right there. Again, another good product, another good distributor. Website is set up. You can go by price. You got all these brands here to deal with. Baby Einstein, recognizable brands on here that they work with. And again, when you click into them, we'll click in one of these. Let's go into Elmer Glue. Fisher Price. There we go. So now Fisher Price, on here you have some prices. We're on the website. Remember again how I said that most authentic distributors don't show their prices up front. Okay. This would be a sign of, if you can buy now, they're likely not the distributor. You know, they're more of a online retailer of the product. Because again, most distributors are set up so that they have to get an account set up with you, because they're B2B, business to business, is how they work. They're not business to consumer. If you're business to consumer, often you're considered a retailer of the product. But I do like this site. It's a place you can go if you want to source inventory for fairly good prices. Thompson Friend, $1.99 for that toy. Just depending on the product. That you can add to cart and you can pay for it right away and have your inventory shipped to you right away. Lots of different ones. And these, and again, when you're looking at these prices, I can tell right away these are retail prices. Okay, so a lot of these are retail prices. So, you know, with a website like this, you may need to look for their clearance section on here. And a lot of times with distributors, every city usually has a few. So look for distributors in your city as well. It's important just to check local distributors, because a lot of times they'll have warehouse sales at distributors that are local. We are set up with a local distributor, but we're also set up with a couple distributors across Canada to source our products. You want to set yourself up with more than one, because again, when you work with these distributors, depending on how much volume you're buying from them will dictate the prices that you get, the rates that you get from them. And those can be negotiated with distributors, the amount of discount that you get from that distributor. So we might go to Mattel Toys distributor in, let's put Vancouver, Canada. Vancouver, Canada. Smash that like button if you're still on with me. Thanks for hanging out with me. I haven't done any of the questions. I don't know if you guys are making comments or whatever. I'll look at those at the very end, and I'll answer whatever questions you guys are piling up. So pile up your questions, and I'll do a Q&A at the very end for 10 minutes. I'm just turning on my phone so that I can jump on there. If you're new, subscribe to this video. There we go. Okay, so now we have our distributors, we have our brands. We can make a list of distributors. Again, I'll throw the link to this in the description section of this video. I'll share it right now for you guys. So if you guys want to jump on that link, just click the link, copy that, bam. We'll go to the video, YouTube, not that one. This one right here. Click here, put it in there. There's a link for you guys. You can log on, and then I'll see an email come through, and I'll let you guys gain access to that. And I'll put all of my online arbitrage on here, so the profit calculator, the mall. You guys can copy, create your own. You can use some of these links that I have on here, like Everest and Storts is good. Storts is a good one. Here's what Storts looks like. They got all their brands right here. Storts, again, doesn't let you purchase anything until you register with Storts. So you can't see any faces and prices or anything like that. I talked about this a few videos ago, just how much volume I did of some of these floaties. Great product to sell. Timing is now. Right, jump back. Lots of great brands. Again, if you're trying to think of the brands to fill your mall with, okay, if you don't have enough brands yet, you can come to some of these particular stores, and there's distributors for everything. And a lot of distributors, for example, if you look at Storts, they have not just the toy category, but you look at this distributor, they have all the categories, arts and crafts, educational, floats, games, novelties. They have hair care products, personal care products. So you have access to other products and the other brands that they sell as well. So keep that in mind. But you can, again, also you can search by Google to find any brand that you want in the distributor that's in Canada for that brand. And then, so we have categories. What do you want to sell? Brands. What brands do you want to sell? Make sure you're making your list. Where are you going to source your products? Retailers, wholesalers, distributors. Okay. And then we're going to talk about two more. We're going to talk about sourcing. Sourcing online is sourcing online, and classified companies like Kijiji and places like Craigslist are options where you can source them online. It depends if you need the product shipped to you. If you're remote, sometimes those people will send you the product that you purchase, and that can be a risk thing. So I don't know all the time how that really works. I would ultimately, personally, I would buy it and then go pick it up, kind of thing. If I saw somebody had some good inventory on Kijiji or Craigslist. Like, I was just on Kijiji and there was someone selling inventory. Basically, they had too much inventory of stuff and they were selling it at $1 a pound. Gaylords full, those big massive bins full. So these are great sites to go to check out to find inventory that you can sell on Amazon as well. eBay, places like that certainly are resourceful. You probably won't get there. You'll probably find plenty of inventory, especially if you're working through these distributor pages or through retailers direct, you probably won't spend a lot of time in classified. That's what I put it on the third one. And then last one that you want to consider is looking at auctions. Okay, online auctions. And online auctions are another great way to find volumes of inventory that are being sold at deep discounts. Again, like eBay is an online auction, but there are other online auctions, especially in your area. And a lot of people do purchase auctioned out old inventory, overstock, all that type of stuff. That's a very important one for you to educate yourself with. Again, use Google. Just do online auction sites in Canada or wherever you are. You can even put the name of your province or your city, and you'll find a tremendous amount of online auction sites. If you want to go specific to your category, online auction sites, I honestly, I know they're locally, maybe they're across Canada, but Able Auctions is a big one here. 403 Auctions is Canada's largest unclaimed freight. Online liquidators, join our email list. Those are always good to join. I don't want to click there right now. You want to go to the online auction. So 403 auction. Unclaimed freight pallet auction. So you can buy pallets. This one's in Brampton. Okay. Pickup, no handling. Pickup only is this particular one. Some of them will ship. These ones, obviously, they do not ship. So you have to look. It's good to email them and ask if any of their inventory ships, especially when you're looking at auction sites, if they will ship any of their inventory to where you are. That's why I say with auction sites, it's always good to do local so that you can pick it up. But again, if you're remote, it would be important for you to reach out to them. If it's on a pallet, I'm sure you can pay for shipping. They'll put it on a truck for you and ship it to you. You just have to ask that question. So we'll copy 403. We'll put it into our mall. 403 is 403 auction. AUCTION. I don't want it up there. 403 auction. We'll put in their link. Again, we're building our mall, and this mall will change. We will get rid of stores, main page, and we will add new stores that we like as we build the websites that we want to work with. Okay, as you start to buy from them and start to do your sourcing through them, you'll go, no, I don't like this one, or no, I want to change, or I want to look at this category. But these now become quick links that you can jump on these sites and you can go through each one. You might be able or want to build it a different way. At the end of the day, all I'm saying is build your mall, build your list, prepare. Be prepared so that it's much quicker and much easier for you to source your inventory on a day-to-day basis. You can just come to your mall. This is your mall. So now, and you can design it if you want to throw some images on here, whatever you want to do. I mean, when I scroll over all this stuff, it gives me some cool images, so I don't really have to worry about that. Okay, but auction sites, again, that might be a great way. I mean, I know Brian does auction sites, so I don't know if Brian's awake or asleep, but he does auction sites. What's going on, Sergio? What's going on, Blackstack Tube? Blackstack is going off. Respect. Thanks for hanging out and throwing your comments. I'm going to jump on your guys' comments here in about 10 minutes. Let's just finish up on this and find a couple more online auction sites. And if you guys have any other ideas that you have or examples of ways you source online, throw it in the comment section. Share some of your hacks, your tips in the comment section. Let us know. Why not? I'm going to share these. You can share yours. We can share everything. Social sharing. Here's another one. Auctioneer. Super sale. Electronics, computers, sporting goods. Again, remember I put in sporting goods, right? So now I might want to go, okay, let's go back and let's go sourcing sites Vancouver, or I can put British Columbia. So we got Able Auctions, Sporting Goods. I can take Able Auctions, Sporting Goods. I can copy that. Go to my mall. Put in Able. Put in my link. Sport Goods. There we go. Able Auctions, Sporting Goods link. That was direct to their Sporting Goods. We can go to past auctions. Always great to take a look at past auctions. See what's being sold there, what kind of inventory they have. Okay. Just depending on what it is you're looking to find, right? Like here's a great one. I would be very interested in all that Tide. What could I get all those skateboards for? Some of you are interested in selling used stuff. There is categories you can sell your used stuff on Amazon. So if you got all those skateboards, you can take images of each one. You can go into the used section, upload those. You can do fulfillment by merchant. You can put your own shipping rates for them. You can do fulfillment by Amazon on those as well if you're willing to box them up. We got baby store auction right there. Look at all that baby stuff, strollers and stuff. All this stuff would kill it on Amazon. Auctions that are coming up. Oh, we got some Ninja. We got some appliances there. Ooh, we got Jelly Belly products. Ooh, with Frozen logos. That's a good one. We have crypto mining hardware. We don't want that. Some clothing. Some old guns. Grow Up Nutrients. Collectibles, CDs, posters, original artwork. And when you guys go to these sites, you'll discover what the prices are for all these things. Obviously, going to retailers and wholesalers and all that stuff. You're looking for low cost, but you always want to verify the inventory first before you buy it. Verify that you can sell it and how much you can sell it for before you buy it. Especially when you're doing auction sites, verify that it's the products that you're thinking about bidding on are in demand. If they're in demand, or the categories are in demand, or the brands are in demand, it may be worth it for you to buy it, to source it. So keep that in mind. Keep in mind that they're not in demand, you probably won't sell any of that inventory. Okay, so it's very, very important. Let's go back, see if we have any more online wholesalers. Government. Those are bidding for jobs. Don't need to do that. Vancouver, Max sold. Maynard's is good. Maynard's fine art. You don't want that. Auctions. Upcoming auctions. You can put that on in our mall. Link it, paste it, auctions. There we go. There we go. So this is built. I have some brands in here for you. Some use in here. So that's shared with you guys. So those are the basic concepts of sourcing online. There are even more stores and ways to source. I'm going to give you one more bonus way to source before we go. Okay, I'm going to give you one more bonus way to source before you go. You can go direct to the brands. Okay, so going direct to the brand itself, a lot of times they have inventory on sale. The example I use the most is Thai Beanie Babies. I am gated in Thai Beanie Babies. For most of the ties I scan, I'm gated in. But I'm not gated in every one of them. Tie.com. Okay. And I've applied to get unrestricted for Beanie Babies when I've purchased from Tie directly. But unfortunately, even the invoice from them didn't work because the missing component on the invoice from the website was it did not have Tie's address on the actual invoice itself. Have I given up? No. I'm reaching out back to Amazon to advise them that, hey, the brand has this is an invoice straight from the brand. But what they're going to tell me to do is they're going to tell me to get authorization letter from the brand. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to the brand via their contact us. Every brand website has a contact us. You can call them or email them. I'm going to email them. Here's the information, Chris Ducharme. I'll put in my details here. Put in my subject. Place an order, order status, update, return, cancellation, questions. I would go into questions and I would say, hello. I would just say, my name's, looking for authorization to distribute your products. I am looking for authorization to distribute your products. We are a small toy retailer, online and offline, because we do sell it offline. And even if you don't, you do now. Okay. We also have a storefront on Amazon. Some people avoid that question. I don't. And Amazon have requested a letter of approval from a distributor in Canada or the brand. Who would I contact to gather this requirement? Thank you very much. This is going to go to someone who handles their web stuff. You may need to follow up a couple times. Chris Charm. And a lot of times what I'll say is I recently purchased, usually I say a high quantity, like 100 Beanie Babies from your site. I'm looking, so I'll say I recently purchased 100 Beanie Babies from your website. I am looking to purchase quantities of 100 units at a time. We can even say 100 to 500. Period. That will pique their interest. 100 units times $10 a unit is $1,000 to $5,000 in sales. That person has to take this seriously, especially if the product is $5,000 sale. And then you can say, I am looking for an authorized distributor. Authorization to distribute your products. There we go. That's it. There's a little template for you guys. Send that email off. Bam. The email has been sent. They'll get back to me. Maybe there will be some dialogue. There is a little email right here. I can keep that in my back pocket and stay on them. Don't give up until you get that letter of authorization. Ty, I would like the letter of authorization because I want to distribute your products locally, but I also want to distribute them on Amazon. It's a big part of our business. It's a big part of our business to because your products are collector's item. and they may ask, well, let's see your invoice 100. Well, I'll send you the invoice that I recently did of 10. Okay, I just did an invoice for 10. Like I said, that was the one I tried to send to Amazon. Did not work. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to try to get that approval from the brand. And you can do that with every brand. You can go to Hasbro.com. You can go to TieBeanieBaby.com. You can go to Mattel.com. Okay, I really am dying to sell Transformers. I've never sold one Transformer. I don't even know if the Transformers are popular. Okay, I want to sell Optimus Prime. Where to buy? Online retailers, can't find any. Okay, so now we would say, well, let's contact customer care. So customer care, contact customer care, philosophies, Hasbro, consumer care, phone directory, customer care portal. There we go. So we can do live chat with customer care right now. That would be perfect. Might be an automated thing, but it says chat directly with a member of our consumer care team. Hello, I'm one of your consumers. I recently purchased 100 units of Transformers. We are a local retailer, both online and offline, and I want to distribute your products locally, but I want to find out who the distributor is in my area so that I can get authorization, because our store offline is also tied to our store online. So when people who want the product shipped, we have them purchased through Amazon. But people who are locally can purchase through our storefront. You might need a website for that. So go to GoDaddy.com, buy yourself a domain, set that up, cost you $100, get yourself a website so that you can give them a website, upload some products on there, or whatever the case may be. Okay, something simple, but you can go to thebrands.com and start to work right through the brands of the toys that you're looking for. So you would have your distributor list up. Okay. Maynards. You would have your distributor list up. Let's go back to our mall. Let's go to Storts. Let's go to their brands. Let's say I want to distribute Squishables, and it's, I don't know that Squishables is gated. But if it were, I would go, okay, let's go to squishables.com. Squishables.ca.com. There we go. There's squishables.ca. So yeah, we would go to that one and we would contact them. We can order our inventory off here. We can try submitting it based on this. If we're, again, as long as that invoice has the address and business information of the place that you purchase it from, a quantity of 10 that are 180 days or less, you're good to go. That invoice should get approved. If it doesn't, then it's a matter of getting authorization. You could even go for the authorization letter and not buy any inventory at all. You could just go for authorization letters with all these manufacturers. If you hit up 50 manufacturers or distributors to get the authorization letter without purchasing the gear, especially with a distributor, if you're setting yourself an account and say, first let me get an authorization letter from you for Lego, from you for Mattel, Hasbro, whatever, because I want to set my online presence up and get authorized as well as my offline presence, because we work, when we have to ship stuff, we use our inventory and we drop ship from Amazon, from our inventory on Amazon. If they say no, we can't authorize you to sell online, just ask them why, and they'll tell you why. And say, well, what if I bought 100 units right now, or what if I bought 50 units right now? Then would you give me authorization letter? I want that continuously. I want that approval from your side. Again, these companies are in business to sell products, right? You're not going to undercut their prices. In fact, online, you're going to probably sell it for more. And you can tell them that online, we sell the products for more than suggested retail. We're not selling them for under your suggested retail price. So all important stuff that I thought I would put out there for you guys. Hope this video was useful. As always, thank you guys for hanging out. Let's do a quick Q&A. I'll jump online right now. There's some information on here. Good job, guys. Black stack going off. Respect. You're first. That's right. You are first. Unfortunately, there's no prize today. The prize is in the video. I see that the guy on the commercial a lot. Sergio says, hey, coach. What's going on, Sergio? Black stack says, is there a best buy date on dog food? I believe so. I believe there is a expiry date for dog food. High demand brands and going back to expiry dates with Amazon, when you ship your inventory on products that have expiry dates, Amazon will prompt you to indicate what that expiry date is, and I believe it's like anything less than, I think it's like 90 days. Anything less than 90 days they won't allow you to send in. So keep that in mind, that you should probably try creating a shipping plan first if you have any product that is even close to 90 days. Try creating a shipping plan first. See if you are authorized to ship that in. High demand brands are the ones that are restricted. Not just high demand brands, Black Stack Tube. New products are restricted. So, for example, if you look at, Lego's been restricting everything from the very beginning. But if you look at some brands like Frozen, look at the brand of Frozen. Their new lines are all restricted, but their old lines, their original movie lines, are not restricted. Okay? And all that means is when they first set up their inventory on Amazon for those products, they didn't put any restrictions on them. And they don't want to bother going back to them because their feeling is that all that stuff it's sold or it's old. They don't care about it. They don't make it anymore. So that's why a lot of old stuff is unrestricted, because they never were set up the parameters in the beginning and they don't want to bother going back to set them up. Newer brands or brands that have been attacked by counterfeits have restricted all their inventory. Okay, and that's how it goes. So if it's new, likely it's restricted and you have to apply. If it's been attacked, likely everything has gotten restricted, like brands like Fingerlings, LOL Toys, they've gone back and restricted stuff. But if it's old inventory, a lot of it's split. Old stuff is unrestricted, and new stuff is. And Black Sack says, do the distributors pack and label and ship for you? It depends. It depends. I've never had them do it. I've never asked them to do it. The wholesalers that I order from, I just have my inventory shipped to. I probably have some in my haul. I have some Lego. I'm actually looking to get all authorized for Lego. I have my letters and everything, so that should be coming up pretty soon. Yeah, where is that inventory? See if I have it here. I'll go show you guys. Give me a sec. Yeah, give me a sec. So, as you can see, it comes like this. It comes like in original boxes from Lego, because those are how those distributors keep them. So let me just go back to my full screen. So it comes back to original boxes like this. As you can, I got 10 units, so I'm all set up as far as the invoicing. Harry Potter stuff. So we're setting up our Lego account. I never bothered selling so much other stuff. I might as well expand. Got some Star Wars Lego. popular stuff. Star Wars has just been killing it for me, so I thought, let's get some Star Wars stuff going. So we have our 10 units. We have our invoice. We're going to get that all done up, get that inventory going. I'm going to order a few more units, but once that's all set up. But where was I going with that? Your question was, do the distributors pack and label them for you? No, they don't. It really, at the end of the day, just is a matter of, I haven't found one that does, but I've heard of ones that do, but I don't know who they are. I would think you should ask them, hey, do you do any services for other Amazon resellers or retailers or storefronts or whatever you want to call yourself? Do you guys offer any service for them? For example, our products have to be labeled and shipped to the factory direct. Like, you can ask them if that's something they offer. I don't know that they would or should or could or do, because they probably just aren't in that game. But you never know. But anyway, we get that stuff shipped here. Shipping is, sometimes it's free. We get that inventory in, we do it ourselves, just like we would retail arbitrage. So is that it for questions, guys? Let me know if you guys have any other questions before I jump off here. What do you think of my new shirt? Growth happens now. Coach Chris Specs, Amazon selling hustle, swag. All right, I don't see any more. Make sure you guys show love for the channel. Smash that like button right now. There's 4 people on here. Before you guys go, smash that like button and leave a comment. Let me know what videos you guys want to see more of. I'm dropping a online or a retail arbitrage video. Will drop tomorrow night, so stay tuned for that. We will go live online arbitrage for video number 3. We're going to go live Saturday night. So Saturday night, join me at roughly at midnight, maybe earlier, but I doubt it, for more online arbitrage talks. We'll probably just do more of a full Q&A. We'll play around on websites. We'll look at different brands. I'll scan them with my phone. We'll talk more about getting approved. We'll talk more about templates, conversations that you would have with factories, distributors, what you would say to them, so they understand you sell online and offline, and your contingency is that you drop ship your products at people who live at a distance using Amazon. That works best for me. Especially if they are an online. If they sell online, that's why they don't want you to sell online. But if you're using it as a platform to help distribute, they're a store. They want the volume. If you're sourcing from them 100, 500 units, or however many, a month or every other month or every 3 months or whatever. Like we just sourced 100 units of one single toy from our last distributor. You think they don't want that business? That's $1,000 just from one toy. They want that business. So because they're not getting that kind of volume right away on Amazon. And even if they are selling at a competition, they still have a lot more products to worry about. And this is the conversation you would have with the distributor. Even though you're selling online, you still have hundreds, if not thousands, of other products on your site. What, you don't want me to start sourcing? Tell them I spend $100,000 worth of my money with retailers. I'd rather put that into a distributor like yourself. I don't know if you're doing $100,000 worth of sales to one customer. I'm sure we could compete on the same platform. I'm not looking to tank your price. We could both live on the same platform, kind of thing. So anyway, we'll talk about that stuff in the next video. It was great. Offline, yeah. Offline is brick and mortar. Online is web. You got it. You got the lingo. B2B is business to business. B2C is business to consumer. just the lingo when you're talking to those guys. I'm doing business to consumer or consumer to consumer. You're doing a retailer, so you're doing B2C, business to consumer sales, and you're doing online and offline. All right. I will see you guys in the morning. See you guys at noon. Make sure you join me at the lunchtime for a walk and talk. Everything Amazon FBA. It's been crazy. We'll do another brand new location. That last one that we did was awesome. The discussion was great. The ideas that like Brian has, the shit he's doing is amazing, and he's doing it from the other side of the country in Nova Scotia. It's crazy. So a lot of good conversations going on there. You want ideas? Tune into that show. You want some really... I haven't even thought of these ideas. So it's expanded my mind. And we talked $6-7 million homes today. So I showed you some of the $7 million homes in BC. Some of the beautiful properties that we have. All right. Peace.